Environmental Plus presents A Potluck Dish and Its Consequences. The Environmental Academy at Terra decided to hold a potluck where everyone would bring a dish and focus on the environmental impact of a fruit or vegetable in the dish. My dish for this potluck was breaded mozzarella sticks, because what could be so bad about whatever these delicious treats are made of? The main vegetable we'll be focusing on in today's dish is wheat. While technically wheat itself isn't considered a vegetable, the grain is. In the US specifically, most of our wheat starts in the state of Kansas and then gets distributed to different states and even different countries. For the purpose of this video, we'll only be focusing on wheat's travel from Kansas to South Florida. In order for wheat to get from Kansas to South Florida, it has to travel by truck. After some intense research, I discovered that the average amount of CO2 emission from a truck is 162 grams per mile. To get to South Florida all the way from Kansas, the truck has to travel 1,440 miles. That gives us a total of 233,280 grams of CO2 emitted during this transport alone. This doesn't even take into consideration the greenhouse gas emission of its production. I was heartbroken at the thought of something so cheesy, so delicious, being made by something so harmful to our environment. But then, I had a thought. Why don't we get our wheat locally instead? If we had access to a local wheat farm in South Florida, we could improve our giant carbon footprint for wheat and decrease our large amount of CO2 emission. Not to mention, buying locally means you're not giving money to greedy organizations that will use your money to continue their unenvironmentally friendly practices. I don't really have an ending to this, but my point still stands. Breaded mozzarella cheese sticks are delicious, and I hope that this video made you a little more self-conscious about your decision on where to buy them from. Because I'm not saying you should stop eating this wonderful food item. I'm just saying that the next time you want to go get some, make sure it was made with wheat that was locally produced. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.